We are live in the Empowered Mom Studios, and my voice is so scratchy right now because I just recorded the last three modules of my Empowered Birth Academy program. I'm so freaking excited about this. I just have to ask the question, what is holding you back? Because there is always a next level. That was one thing that I found when I joined the virtual coach community, and I heard from Eben, and he's like, there's always a next level. And I'm like, it's like a video game. Yes, there's always a next level. And even when I was younger and I would play The Sims, I had like this whole thing with The Sims 2, and there's always another expansion pack. So it's always new things to do. But even when they stopped with the expansion packs, I found custom content and turned my entire game medieval. I made up rules. I made up hierarchies. I even changed like personalities. I went really into it. There's always another level. You can always go deeper in anything that you're learning. You can always go deeper and expand on an idea. And like I've noticed this is that I can take a tiny component of my empowered birth system, my 5 pillars of empowerment, and then I can go really deep with that on a podcast, which I did yesterday, by the way. And I'll share that later because it's already up. Like she already got a guy on it for her editing and she has it up. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like just from 2 years ago, my speaking to now, like there was a time I was never going to get in front of the camera. There was a time I was too scared to get in the spotlight. And now like I'm just sharing this, like just without any agenda, like no script or anything. And it's just like, you know what? Even when I was doing that podcast, she was asking the questions to prompt me, but I'm just delivering this magic. And it's just like, how deep do you want me to go, Helena? Because I can go really deep on this. And like she's like, well, we've got like a time constraint on it, but like still, like she was able to prompt me to go to a next part, and I was tying things in. And it's the same thing when I was teaching this program because I decided to just do it. I mean, I wanted to do the master class and do the group thing, but I recognized I was actually using that as an excuse to not get that program out because like something was just holding me back. And I'm like, no, 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 no. Okay, no more excuses. This needs to be done. I'm going to my next level. I need to have that in place. So, one of the things I asked myself, and why I even have the 5 pillars in the first place, is I am somebody who, when people would tell me to just do something or just figure it out, I had a lot of anxiety around that. I was really afraid. And it's like, what do I need in place to feel confident to take action? Because for a very long time, I was a student and I would pick up all the information that I would get stuck in that. It'd be like, I need more information. I need more confirmation from the universe. I need more of this. I need more signs that I need to do this. Like there was something that happened over the summer in my personal life where I was like, I need to take action on something. And I was absolutely freaking terrified to even just take a small action, to make a phone call, to ask for some help and support because I really needed it. I really was like a damsel in distress. And I was hesitating and I kept asking the universe, like, give me another sign. Give me another sign. No, that's not exactly what I asked for. So give me another one. And the universe literally kept giving me signs. It's like trying to kick my ass, and I still wouldn't budge. And then I finally did. And I'm like, please don't pick up. Please don't pick up. Please don't pick up. I'm scared. And I'm like, why am I resisting this? And like one of my mentors and friends, she even was like pointing out, it's like, you do realize like you self-sabotaged it. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I know I did. I'm aware. So then I had to pick myself back up and I had to come clean with the truth and I had to do that. And it was really scary. And I recognize that's a lot with my clients too. It's like, it's really scary to go against social conditioning. It's really scary to go up against the experts or perceived authority figures, or even just people you're in rapport with in your family, your friends, or your partner. and say, no, this is what I'm working towards. Are you in or are you out? To be able to do that really needed that foundation. So my mindset that I had to shift on this to create this program was, all right, what is my real fear? Well, my real fear is that if I try to run this, nobody's going to show up to the classes and I'll waste my time. And I was like, yeah, honey, no. Most of the moms are probably busy and they might prefer to just have the course. What is stopping you from actually recording it? And then I'm like, well, you're supposed to do a dry run first. And I did my logic thing. It's like, you're supposed to do a dry run with other people. It's like, no. You've already coached this system. You already taught this as a group. You know this works. So what's stopping you? I'm like, okay, I've run out of excuses here. What's really stopping me? Well, I need time. I need time to do this. Okay, well, what do I need to have in place for that? Well, normally I have like classes and things that I take, and I only have so many pockets of time. And it's like, okay, what if I dropped one of those things? Well, yeah, but what if I dropped it? What if I said, okay, I'm going to allow this to kind of run itself without me there present right now, so I can take that time away to do my thing? Well, then I guess I would have no excuses and I'd have to record it. Yep. Well, got no more excuses. And it's the same thing is that a couple of years ago, when I was resisting, uh, my mentor, Donald, it was also a friend. He said, all you have to do is put this in a Google Drive and then sell the thing. Like, you don't have to have some big fancy platform and pay a whole bunch of things. It's like, it's nice to have and you don't need it. So I was able to put my book into a Google Drive and just give it to people to test rather than be like, well, I have to have the complete finished product. And this is the same thing that my mentor Evan says is like, you need the minimum viable product. You just need to get the first draft out. So I had the first draft of my book and I was giving it to people and I tested that. I did the coaching. I did the group coaching. It wasn't polished. It wasn't perfect. And I got a lot of value out of it for people. And even my Instagram videos now, I'm like, well, maybe I need to record some new YouTube videos. I'm like, girl, how many Instagram videos do you have where you're soapboxing? And I'm like, yeah, but they're not perfect. Okay, who cares? Who cares? It's the message. I can clip that and I can put that onto YouTube. Like, no brainer. So getting out of my own way requires me to go through that 5-pillar system. I actually created it for myself as a safety net to get rid of my anxiety and to get rid of my excuses and to get rid of my self-sabotaging behaviors that lead to me not doing the thing or playing small. This is how I don't play small, because I'm like, okay, the right mindset is like, here's my vision. This is what I want. This is the impact I want to make. I can't work with every single mom in the group program. And if I had the group program as I had planned, it's like, I'm going to have your Empowered Birth Academy and I'm going to have these modules, but then I'm also going to open up for laser coaching. And then I'm like, oh, but then people are going to be bugging me for laser coaching and it might take up more of my time. And I really value my summers. So I'm like, oh, there's another foot on the brake. And oh, 1, 2, 3. Universe is giving me a confirmation. Thank you, universe. I love that. I love these numbers, how they just follow me. I've got some new ones coming. It's like the 0 1s. So 101, 201, 1201, 1001. It's so cool. I love that. It's like it just pops up. But it's like, wow, okay, I've got my structure here. I've got my environment. I needed to put things in place with my kids. I needed to tidy up. And I needed to just be like, I just need the space to do this. And I did it. And of course, I've got my facilitators, I've got my mentors, I've got my friends who are like standing for me. And they're like, you can do this. Like, get your butt out there and do this. Here's the education. You know how to structure this. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to create a program. And I mean, we've got an implementation summit on Friday. And it's like, you're supposed to have like a program at the end of it. I'm like, oh, um, well, I guess I'm gonna create something else or just like maybe find some extra thing. Because I always get inspiration when I'm talking to people, whether it's in a mastermind or I'm just on a call with someone. And it's just, I love that. I love just sharing my knowledge now. So when you recognize that you've got that safety net, the 5 pillar safety net, then you can also get out of your fear. You can enroll other people in your vision so that they stand for it. And then you're also recognizing it's like anybody who tries to scare you, that's not going to work anymore. You're just going to keep moving towards your dream. And yeah, maybe you have a crying in the shower moment. Maybe something doesn't work out as fast as you thought it was, but you keep moving. You can't fail if you don't give up. So I am not giving up on any of my dreams. I am going to have everything that I have been dreaming of. I don't know when it's all going to come in. I don't even know if anybody's going to buy the course right away or if it'll sit there for a couple of months before people start picking it up. It doesn't matter. It's done. It's a piece of valuable content that if I come across a mom and she says, I really need this support, and it's like, I can't sit here on a call with you, but here is my product. Here is my course. It will go deeper than what I can do in an hour. And you're going to have the whole thing to be able to go through and you're going to have that extra support. Here it is. Like it's there. And I mean, anybody who can go and get a copy of my book, it's there. It exists. And so I can just now get to the point where I'm on YouTube. I can do my magic and I can just have those videos out there and just scatter my magic and my people will come in. Glass slipper method. I mean, seriously, I love this glass slipper method. I just love it. And like the confidence that I have now because of this, all because of these 5 pillars, is like I conquered my anxiety. I conquered my self-sabotaging. I mean, it'll come up every once in a while, but I know how to handle it. I'm like, okay, fine. I need to have a good cry. I need to get this out of my system. But once I'm done, the phoenix is risen and she is going to do her magic no matter what. So when I said at the beginning of the year that the gloves are off, oh, they are so off. They're off. They're in the corner, in like the far end of the basement where I throw all of my stuff that I don't need, that I'm going to eventually go through and pack up and give away or get rid of. Like it is like the gloves are so not needed. Like I am just done with the gloves. I am just doing my magic. Watch out, world. Watch out, anybody who's trying to keep anybody down, because I am on fire. It's so much fun. I mean, seriously, I am so on fire right now that I'm actually going to put on my red blazer just to show you that I'm like red or black. Like these are my colors. Like I am so like red, black, and sometimes white. But like I am on fire. Anyway, I had to share that. I just had to because I'm just so freaking excited for 2024 and what has already manifested. Like I've got my program done, got my book done, I'm building my YouTube channel. I managed to talk to another person inside of my community in Virtual Coach Accelerator, and she happens to have some magic when it comes to fertility. So I'm like, ooh, yeah, we got to get on something. So we're going to do something. And like, there's just so much, like, it just comes. When you make a decision to take action and you run it through the 5 pillars so that you don't have your foot on the gas pedal and the brake at the same time, is what my friend and mentor Annie Lala says. It's like it removes those blocks so you can see that there's steps to get you to your dreams. And by having those 5 pillars, that incubates you to be like, yes, I can keep going. Yeah, those stairs are a lot higher than I thought originally. Oh, there's a whole other level here. Oh, I need to get a lot further, but I'm not going to give up and I'm not going to just stay comfortable right here and say, oh, I've climbed high enough. I can just rest here. No, I'm getting to that top of that mountain. I am going to look over at the valleys and see everything beyond. And then I'm going to say, okay, now what's next? Because my daughter even does this when she goes into her classroom and she's like, this time I'm going to do this and this and this. And ooh, look at all the possibilities that I can do in the future. But I'm focused on this right now. And then I'm going to go and check these out in the future. So it's like, I've got everything. I'm happy. I'm enjoying my life right now. And this, and this hasn't happened yet. I'm still good. I don't mind when it comes in, but when it does, it's going to light me up and then it's going to be something else, but I'm still going to be happy where I'm at. So it's like I can be happy and grateful where I'm at and enjoy life just as I am. And there's always a next level. There's always a next level. There's always something more to discover. We're on this planet to be as expansive and enjoy life. And you don't know how long you have to be here. So you might as well just have the most extraordinary life. Don't just live to die. Like, seriously, why would you live to die? Might as well just like sign out now if you're not going to enjoy life. But like, I'm here to just soak it all in. So at the end of my life, whenever that is, it's like, yeah, I went for it. I didn't have any regrets. I mean, even though something hasn't manifested yet in my personal life, like it's like I still got time. It's still coming in. And even if it doesn't come in like fast the way I want it to, it's okay because when it does, it's going to be so, so good. And I'm going to be like, oh, I'm so glad that there was this time and this buildup that gets even more. Like, what if you watched a movie and within like 2 minutes into the movie, like the couple's together? That's like Vampire Diaries, okay? Like Elena and Stefan, literally. Oh, I saw you. Oh, we're a couple now. Oh, we have all these conflicts. Oh, we're still the couple, but your brother is actually my true love, and I didn't realize that. But there was always that chemistry, and maybe if I'd met him first, and then in season 3, you find out that he had actually met her first, and he'd looked at her, and he'd seen his ex in her because Elena and Catherine actually look exactly the same. But it's like, because it's played by the same actress too. But he's like, I want you to find everything you're looking for. But first, I can't have you know that I'm in town. And he compels her to forget. But she actually had met him first, and they'd actually had that chemistry from the start. And it's like, wow. Like, I love that story. Seriously, if you haven't seen The Vampire Diaries and you're curious, go check it out. It's on Amazon Prime. It's my favorite show. Like, I love this show so much. I loved it so much that I ended up being re-inspired to start writing fan fiction again. Because before that, I was writing on Sailor Moon, but Vampire Diaries is where the bulk of my inspiration came. I love it. I love Elena and Damon. They're my favorite couple. And like Caroline and Stefan are like another one, but it's just like that show, even though it's about vampires, it's not about vampires. It's about like love and family. And like, it's just, I just love it. I just love it. There's just so much. It's like Disney, like Vampire Diaries and Disney. If there were two conventions I could go to, one, I would go to the Vampire Diaries. I would go down to Covington, Georgia, and I would check out Mystic Falls, and I would do all of the things. And I would love to have my true love partner. And if there was a possibility of standing on Elena's porch from the show, if there was like a possibility of being able to get a kiss on Elena's porch, that would be just epic. Or doing the dance in the middle of the road where they have that scene and being able to do that. I mean, that might be a little dangerous unless it's like barred off, but that would be like epic. And like the other one, of course, is Disneyland. I want to go with my kids. I love Disney. I love everything. I would totally get a picture with every single Disney princess. So again, these are things that might not happen, but it's that dream. And that lights me up to think about that. It delights me. And even if I don't get it exactly that way, I'm still closer. This is what I just taught in my program too. It's like Even if you're aiming like really, really high and you don't get everything in your birth plan, still going to be a way better experience than if you're fighting, begging, compromising, letting go of things that you think you can't have, and just like doing a very beige version. And you're like always having regrets. No regrets with the empowered birth system. No regrets in my life. No regrets in the lives of my kids. I want my kids to be lit up too. So, yeah. And I know it's technically Valentine's Day. So for any of the single ladies out there who are like, I'm so sad right now, or I'm not going to find someone, I'm just going to tell you that I feel great, even with my prince not here, because I've got the best mentor for true love ever. And you got to follow her. Seriously. Like, she's just epic. I got to plug her. I love her so much. And she doesn't pay me anything because, like, we're just friends. And, like, I just have to tell you, Annie Lala has absolutely changed my life. She has changed the way that I have viewed relationships. I am confident in waiting for my prince to come in. I'm not going anywhere else. I've already found him. I already know who he is, and I'm just standing for that vision, that dream. And it's like, even if it doesn't happen, I have experienced that unconditional true love that's like, it's just expansive. And I love my life. She taught me how to love my life and to track delight. So that even when things aren't working, I'm still happy. I'm not falling apart. She taught me how to be able to feel my feelings. And one of the things is like, if you can feel your feelings, then you can also lead your partner into love and deal with their feelings too and help them with that. And then they can fall more in love with you. I've used her stuff in coaching my clients. I've witnessed those relationships. It's also helped with my kids. I mean, I gotta brag. My son is just so freaking awesome. Okay. So awesome. I mean, he's still 10 and he's still got his attitude, but like there's some days that I'm just in awe of this little boy. And I mean, Annie really taught me how to love on him into his greatness and to be like, Hunter, I am just so happy that I came out after editing these videos and doing this thing, and I'd been recording this program. I'd been so busy all day. And like, you came home from school, you're bringing your sister home from school now. So I don't have to go across the street after school unless I really feel I want to or need to, or as a surprise for them. But it's like, you're bringing your sister home. There's less fights. I'm so happy about that. I come out of the bedroom after working on something. You've got food ready. Like, I didn't ask you to do that. I literally came out to cook dinner and I was so tired. And then I saw you'd already cooked. And it's so good, Hunter. You're such a good cook. And he beams with pride and he does it more. So my boy is not even 11 years old and he's making dinner. And he's not doing it from a place of, I have to make dinner or dinner won't get made. He's making it from a place of, mom's working really hard and I want to do something for her. And it lights me up to be able to help her out. So I'm going to do it from that place. But I know that if I couldn't, mom's not going to make me wrong for it. She's just going to do it. But I don't want mom to work that hard because I love my mom and I want her to be happy and empowered and to be able to continue to give more love, because the more mom feels good, the more the rest of the family feels good, the more I feel good and I can do my thing. And it's beautiful. So we have a rule in our family is that we treat each other with kindness and respect. We take responsibility for our actions and make good choices. And we also are working together as a team. So there is no such thing. And I keep trying to reinforce this with my daughter too, because she's 7. It's like, there's no such thing as my mess and your mess. There's no such thing as their fault and my fault. We don't do blame. There is a mess. Whether you did it or not, there is a mess. Now you can leave that mess and mom's going to come in and she's going to clean it and she's going to get stressed out. And we're in a messy space. Or you can recognize that we're all part of the same team and we need to do that. And again, like that's just part of the magic. It's really part of the magic. And it's how I was able, because I have the right support with my kids and I have the right environment to be able to do that. So that now my program exists. It's done. It's done. I just have to edit it and then it's going to go into a Google Drive and it's just going to be there and I'll be able to run it through the email and it's just going to be done. Like I don't have to coach on that anymore. Like I can focus on other things. I can go deeper and I can go to the next level. It's just, oh, I'm just so freaking psyched. I'm really psyched. So I had to share that. And I want to invite you to see where your next level is. Maybe it's not as high as mine. Maybe it's just you haven't been on YouTube. You've been coaching for a while and you've got a book, but you're not putting your message out there. And yes, I know there's some of you watching. My friends are watching and my friends are like, oh, you're calling me out. Oh yeah. I'm totally calling you out on that. Or maybe it's that you've been playing small and you're like, I've got my channel, but I need to get more viewers. I need to get more audience, which is where I'm at now. It's like, okay, I'm moving away from just having like programs built, books built, coaching is done. Like I know how to do this. I can talk. Now I'm going to get on as many podcasts as humanly possible. So anybody who would love me to speak, again, just reach out because I am willing to spread my magic and I can talk on pretty much anything in the pillars or getting past fear. It doesn't even have to be birth related because like, as I said, this isn't just a birth book. This is like a life, like it's just incredible. I cannot even get into how this system that I created has transformed my life and the lives of the people around me. It's just too much. Like all I can say is that I used to be scared, timid little mouse who wouldn't get in front of the camera to this with the transformation. All right, but my voice is starting to go, so I should probably stop before I lose my voice. But oh my gosh, I just love this. And thank you so much for watching. And you can share this if you want. And I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.